lot of people that come to these kind of channels tend to be confused because they kind of meet somebody and it doesn't work out and they have a strong connection, they don't understand why. And I think a lot of it is to do with obviously soulmates, and then of course there's the twin flame, which is supposed to be a very powerful connection. But then you've also got situations which could be like the avoidant personality, which could actually lead into more of a toxic dynamic. And sometimes I think it's very difficult to know what is what and how you know the difference. So for example, soulmate, my understanding from what I've read about it is can be a colleague, like a co-worker, a friend, you know, it can be anyone kind of thing. And often I think soulmates is more, I think they come into your life to teach you lessons, maybe more for a period of time. Whereas I think with a twin flame, it's supposed to be the other, you know, the other half of you. And so you're supposed to mirror each other. So your weaknesses are their strengths are your weaknesses. That's my understanding of it. And I think that's the problem. I think a lot of people feel they met someone, it was very powerful, what's happened? Because if you were happy, you probably wouldn't be coming to look for a reading like this. So I thought perhaps I could look into it and do a bit of a different reading. I will say that there is also obviously the avoidance scenario, which could be more toxic. Because with the twin flame, you have the runner-chaser dynamic. You meet, one runs, one chases, that kind of thing. But then you could be potentially chasing somebody who's avoidant, who can't communicate, you know, and that could be an unhealthy pattern. I looked at it briefly before I did this video, and one thing that seemed to stand out and resonate with me is the fact that if it's an avoidant, it's something that keeps happening again and again kind of thing. It's not resolved. That's my understanding, but obviously do your own research into the topic. I think it's quite fascinating. So I'm going to look at the soulmate connection first. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but I would be interested to see what I get. So for the soulmate, let's see what I get. Aha. Soulmate. It's very interesting because I have a card here as if it's more of a temporary kind of situation, a soulmate. Because with the Two of Pentacles, this card here would almost imply to me, you know, there's pros and cons. It's like a choice. It sort of goes in waves. So it's an up a wave, down a wave. It could be tricky. And I think that's what I've understood about a soulmate. Sometimes you're drawn to somebody, but you learn lessons. And I also have this card, which is, I wasn't expecting to get, to be honest. I have this card, which is a rejection, an abandonment kind of card. Now, it can be about a physical lack, a lacking in, or a rejection. It can also be a hardship card, actually, as well. It can be about abandonment. So I wonder if it's more about filling voids at a certain time. I wouldn't put too much emphasis on that card. But let's see what else I get out of interest. Soulmate. Oh, wow. Now that's really interesting because I now have the card Decide. And to me, this card could also be about a choice or a decision. And I have that for soulmate. So, I mean, that's all I have. I wonder if it's soulmate, it can be about, you know, still rejection and then you get back together, but it's less long term. I wonder if that's what the cards are trying to say to me. But remember, only take this if it resonates. This is just pulling a couple of cards just to see what I get. Okay, just out of interest. You know, at the end of the day, you can always do your own research into the topic. Illumination. That's very interesting. The truth of the matter. It's very interesting. It's quite an interesting thing, actually, when you think to look into it. Just going to pull one. Aha! Well, there you go. So soulmates is about law of attraction. Is there a situation that's frustrating you? That is what was my belief about soulmates, that sometimes they can be frustrating. There can be a bit of push and pull to do with them. Whereas I think twin flame is more of a magnetic connection, and you know, the kind, I would imagine it, this is just my thoughts, I would imagine it that it would be more of, you know, when people fill each other's sentences in, couples like that they're, you know, real yin and yang of each other, because it's supposed to be your mirror opposite. Wow, as I was talking, that just flew out. That is incredible. That's a whole different ball game, the twin flame. That is like heavenly. That's Temperance card. It's universe. It's very, very spiritual. And it's a major card. When that twin flame happens, I mean, this is one of the best cards you can get. You won't know when it happens, because this is about divine timing. Look at it. It's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at the sun. It leads to great happiness. I wasn't expecting to get that card. That has really shocked me. It's a very, very healing card. It's all about divine timing, healing. So, it's a completely different kind of relationship. It's if you do a bit of push and pull, it's because it's to create harmony and peace within both of you. Oh, and that's on the bottom. So it's the King of Cups. He's a great healer. He's all about his feelings, his emotions. So actually this, I said already, didn't I? This is about healing, renewal. So that relationship would be a healing relationship. And I've got that again. That would be a very, very healing relationship. And it's quite incredible, because actually on the Temperance card, I also have cups. The King of Cups, he's got cups. Now, cups are all about feelings. So, wow, there's going to be some very strong, powerful feelings in that dynamic. And the world, to me, that would be it. That's a completion. That's a life cycle. That's almost the end of a chapter. That would be the one, and that's the only one. There's no other one. That's for your life. That's like the lifetime. That actually quite stunning. I might have to keep this reading for myself. And that's also a major card. That's quite incredible. Wow, no wonder people yearn for it so much. So it's the most healing, which means it might be the most challenging initially with the runner-chaser dynamic, because you're being shown yourself that needs to heal. It's like with the mirror. Self-discipline. See? Look at this. This is amazing. Responsibility. So, what this is about is it won't be immediate gratification. And I think that's why you get the runner-chaser dynamic, because it's longer. So you may have initial obstacles, but that's because it's a long journey, it's a lifetime, and it's all about healing. And it's about full circle, your whole life, full circle, full circle. It releases obstacles on your path. Wow, that is stunning. I'm so pleased I did this now. Oh, honestly, it's so beautiful. This is what we yearn for. This is why channels like this exist. Oh, wow, look at this. Power of the spoken word. Words are like seeds. What you plant takes root, grows and produces crops. Be mindful of what you say because your reality is created by the words you speak. So I wonder if it's like being so honest, so authentic, and not holding back from being, you know, your true self in this kind of relationship dynamic. And also, the last sentence, be mindful of what you say because your reality is created by the words you speak. I do believe this can be in any scenario. So, you know, if you say, I'll never find a boyfriend. I'll never find a boyfriend. I'm not good enough. You have to turn that around. There's actually an affirmation here at the bottom as well. But, you know, it's like positivity attracts positivity. And what did I just say? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Sorry, that's my cat. Look at the words. Positive energy. I just said that. Wow. Sorry, that's my cat. He's decided to climb on the carrier bags. Right, last one. Oh, there you go. Oh, I want to finish it now, really. Look at that. So it doesn't matter how old you are, it's well worth the wait. I mean, I could just finish it there because that was just absolutely stunning. I was not expecting to get those cards at all. Now, I don't know if I should spoil it by asking about the avoidant. And the reason being is because I'll do it just very quickly. I wonder you had to come and spoil the video, didn't you? Of all the times he could have come in, he had to come now. I wonder about the avoidant. Is that different to the twin flame soulmate? As in, what's the difference with the avoidant? Is it that they could be avoidant in the beginning, although this person, what's the difference? What shows the difference between they're just avoiding it, but you get back together, it's a runner-chaser dynamic, or avoidant, is it because it's repeating patterns? So I'm going to see what I get. It might be difficult to determine, but it might give you, oh, that card's still there. It might give you a little clue as to how you will know. I mean, most people say trust your gut as well. Trust your gut. If you're ending in tears all the time, I would say that's probably constantly like round and round in circles. I would say that's probably not a healthy dynamic. What's the difference? How would we be able to know the difference between avoiding, you know, and leading down the path of it's not a healthy dynamic? Okay. Okay. I think all I can give you is with the avoidant and going down an unhealthy dynamic would be that this situation, whoever you meet, this is about working. Okay, so this card here is about putting in the work. So the difference would be to me between that and an unhealthy dynamic would be the person wants to build. They want to work with you. They want to build it. You talk, you communicate, it improves. It doesn't, you know, get worse. That, you know, say you'd been ghosted. This is my interpretation. For a short while, you get back together, you explain everything, but it doesn't happen again. That would be my understanding. Okay, and this is about like looking at something in a completely new way, taking new bold steps. It's a whole new journey, and it's a journey of exploration. So it's like something, you know, that you both want to work, understand each other, get to know each other, build together, put in the hard work. You're both making it work. Okay. I have that card. It was on the bottom. And the only thing is I'm wondering about this because this card, so I'm asking about the avoidant. What's the difference? This card is about family, longevity, security. So I would imagine you may have a hiccup here and there, but I believe this person would make you feel secure, Maybe they'd even introduce you to their families, you know, that kind of thing. They're looking at the long term. So bear that in mind. I'm so sorry about my cat. I probably should stop the video and stop him from rustling in bags, which he loves to do. Wow. That is interesting. So on the bottom, I have stand up for yourself, which is interesting. It could be, the difference is, look, about a soft touch. Do they talk to you in a condescending way? That's amazing. Stand up for yourself. So it's about people, when it's toxic, people will take advantage of you. Then they're combative and confrontational. That is amazing. So, you know, just remember, condescending, putting you down. You know, no decent partner would do that. They want to make, maybe the growth is about making you both grow as people. You know, learning and growing from each other. Look at this one. I also have time to take action. Okay. Time to take action. Don't let the fear of the unknown or hesitance to let go of your comfort zone stop you. This stone reminds you, life is an adventure to be lived fully. Time to take action. So maybe it's saying, if that was to happen, and you know you're getting condescending tones, you have to take action. But it may even be as well, your person might be about to take action as well. Oh, wow. Now, I have purification. Raise your vibration of your environment. So I think if you look at it from a higher point of view, you would know. If you step back and look at it, you would know. Because I think a real, true relationship would feel pure. After all, I have purification. Negative energy, well, there you go. So that really says it all. You know, you'll know. Wow. I believe I have clearing. I believe when it's not right, okay, because I was talking about the avoidant, when it's not right and it keeps happening, I believe that that's when it's time to take action. And I have teach now. So often it's about learning, growing and learning. Like we have to sometimes learn lessons, and you have to just as well trust in your gut and believe that, you know, if you're not getting treated with respect, then they're not the right person for you. However, you can always have someone who apologises. That's fine. That's how you grow, but not to repeatedly do the same thing again and again. And I will just tell you, out of interest, I have courage. I don't know why I have courage. Maybe it's courage to be authentic. Or maybe it's courage because maybe there's somebody you are in touch with, but you may be having, the last line says adversity. You may be going through a rough patch, and maybe they're going to take courage to get in touch. And it also may be courage, like I just said, because people have to be, you know, it takes a lot to put your hand on your heart and be your greatest authentic self. And maybe that as well takes courage to own up to your mistakes, to say sorry, to heal and grow together. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. And please like, share and subscribe if you want to.